Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. On the subject of today's video, we call it major problems, and we have a lot of things that we like to discuss and dive into. And they will include things like developers' incompetence, skill gap compression, map design, the lack of variety in said map design, and of course our beloved multiplayer design director, Cecot. Other things we'd like to touch up on, include would be franchise fatigue and nostalgia, and how that has held this series back for a couple of years, not a couple of years, for the last 10 years to be honest. But with those out the way, first thing we'd like to discuss will be the incompetence of our developers and our lovely multiplayer design director of this year's game, Modern Warfare, Cecot. Now, when it comes to the incompetence of the Infinity Ward team, it's not due to not being able to code things properly, not being able to type in the right numbers, get the right strings of code in. What the problem is with them is there seems to be no communication between who's ever working in the studio. The reason why I'm saying this is because we've had multiple, and I mean multiple patch notes where they say something's fixed and it hasn't changed at all, or they change something and they don't fucking tell anybody. So it's obvious when things like this are happening, and they happen on a consistent basis, that there's a lack of communication, or there seems to be miscommunication all around, or none at all. I would have to say none at all for the latter, because how some of these things happen and how no one's able to double check on this or cross-reference this, I honestly don't get it, and it just shows incompetence. And I'm harsh on them because, one, they are a AAA studio. They do bring in millions upon millions every year with this game, so I expect better. And when I actually like the game, I actually want the game to be good. So I like this game, and I said that a lot, but I want them to actually be good at their job. But another person that's part of this problem would be the multiplayer design director, the infamous Cecot. Now, I'm not saying Cecot's a terrible guy. He's probably, well, he is a great guy in person, but when it comes to this game and his design philosophy and his design vision, I'd have to say he's incompetent and he isn't good at his job. Because, one, a lot of his design choices contradict each other, and I'm not going to go into the full extent of that. I just talk about how, I'll just bring up, when it comes to lobby retention, how they took out map voting, but the lobbies disband after every other match. Well, not every other match, they disband after every match. Like, that's direct contradiction. It just shows incompetence. And that's all I'm going to leave it at. I'm not going to bully Cecot even more. He'll provide more content for me to bully and ridicule in the future. But when it comes to, developers and Cecot's incompetence, that's all I have right there. The next thing I'll be talking about, which still ties into these developers, would be their map design and the lack of variety in these maps. Now, the map design in this game, I could objectively and subjectively say that it's just not good. And how I know it's not good, when you have your own IW developers skipping Piccadilly on stream, that just shows me what they think of that map and what the community thinks of that map as a whole. So I'm gonna just leave it at that when it comes to that. When it comes to the map design, and here's something Treyarch's guilty of too. And here's something I just don't get with these developers. They seem to lack subtlety or balance when it comes to map design. And what I mean by that, they go full tilt in one design direction for all these maps for the whole fucking year. And it makes no sense, because one, it gets boring fast playing on a bunch of 3-lane maps or a bunch of quote-unquote complex or intricate, poorly lit camp sessions, which are Modern Warfare's maps. And yeah, the reason why I don't get it when it comes to this lack of balance and subtlety, because Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 4 were great examples of map design that had actual balance. They had large maps, small maps, and medium maps, and all those maps would play well with varying sizes. So I don't get why they can't recreate that magic they had again, but I just don't get it when it comes, the lack of variety in the map design when it comes to these developers from year to year. Because it'll either be 3-lane garbage, which funnels you into kill lanes or kill tunnels, or you get these complex or intricate maps which are just poorly lit and encourage one playstyle, which is camping. So yeah, man, when it comes to map design and the map design variety, they're just very weak in this area, very weak, and that's something that all the developers are weak on, that they just need to get their shit together. So what will we talk about next? Tisk. Now, we'll be talking about the skill gap and skill gap compression. Now when it comes to, you don't know what skill gap compression is. It's what they do to make the game more easy and accessible for new players. And both developers have different design philosophy doing this. I'll just briefly sum up Treyarch's design philosophy for new players. They want new players to die less. Infinity wants new players to get more kills. So those are the two different design philosophies when it comes to compressing skill gap. I don't have any problems with either one of those, but I do think it's jarring to go back from, you know, two totally extremes each year in and year out. But I'll get out for that point. But what Infinity Ward has done that, you know, to compress the skill gap, I guess they thought they would do that would compress the skill gap. Well, one, they made the weapons a lot stronger, you know, so it just leads to players getting more kills. It just can't be avoided. Like when you have weapons are strong, guys, the M4, you know, your pre-patch 725, it's gonna help new players get a lot more kills. And another thing they have done that they thought would help new players, you know, die less would be removing the traditional mini-map. And I feel like this has backfired to a certain extent because now you just got more experienced players using their headphones and sound hole a lot more. Because in Black Ops 4, I didn't use my headphones, you know, for killing enemies at all. I would just use the mini-map for that information, but being that they replaced it, or not they replaced it, they got rid of it, I've used my headphones to supplement that information now that I was lacking in the mini-map. So I definitely think they backfired on that, and what Treyarch did when it came to their skill gap compression, it would be adding specialists, which is cheap, free kills for new players that had little to no counters. But the things that they did that were actually good for their skill gap would be the EKI system, which led to more, you know, new players able to get more streaks. That's because if they're able to contribute when it comes to dealing damage, they're able to get credit, get the full points per kill in the score streak system. So it just leads to new players, you know, being more aggressive, trying to get more kills, and being more productive. And another thing that I also added in Black Ops 4 would be the fog of war, would be that little thing on the mini-map, people, you know, trying to get behind you. And why people didn't like because it led to a lot less flanking. It led to new players using the mini-map a lot more, and you know they need to use this because it's an easy tool to use, and yeah, I mean it's simply an easy tool to use. It's one of the easiest tools to use in all of FPS games, and it's frowned upon other FPS games, but for some reason Infinity Ward thought they just had to remove it because the new players just couldn't grasp the concept using the mini-map. But yeah, man, that's what they've done when it came to the mini-map. Treyarch added, you know, another thing to help new players use the mini-map. Infinity Ward removed it. But speaking of the mini-map, actually no, we'll save that. We'll save our last mini-map argument for, you know, the last final minutes of this video. But the last thing we'd like to talk about is franchise fatigue and nostalgia. Franchise fatigue is just simple. This game has been being released every year for the last 12 to 13 years, so it's gonna get old for some players. Like when it comes to how many COD games I actually play, and I mean sit down and actually put a thorough amount of time in, it will be around what 5 or 6. So that's only what half of them. But if you're someone that's been playing this game like since COD 4, you was like, if you actually played all of these games, I could definitely see how you are getting, you know, annoyed and tired of this game. Another thing would be nostalgia. My problem with nostalgia is how these developers aren't challenged to make new great experiences anymore. They just keep rehashing the same old ones. And our great example of that is how they keep bringing back Shipment and Rust, and they'll bring back Terminal eventually, maybe High Rise. But the biggest offender of this would be the Black Ops series. When I tell you that nuke time and firing range has literally been in every Black Ops game, they have literally been in every Black Ops game. Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the next Treyarch game that's going to come out. So yeah, they just don't have, you know, the creative juice anymore to make new good stuff. And it's because of nostalgia. Cause people say, well, I want a game that's just like Modern Warfare 2, or that's just like Black Ops 2. Instead of, I want a game that's better than Modern Warfare 2, or better than Black Ops 2. And when it comes to the mini-map, what they're doing right now, I can guarantee this, they're going to use the mini-map and, you know, their map design as a selling point for Treyarch's game. We're going to talk about, we're bringing back the traditional mini-map and more traditional 3-lane maps. So yeah. I don't like how they want to create bullshit and sell it back to us in a new game. But that out the way, y'all. Y'all stay safe. I'm out.
This is who we are.